Hey everyone, how's it going? This is David H. here with a video on saying automatic yes over automatic no. Something that I've struggled with a lot is when someone invites me out to do something, oftentimes I'll say maybe or no. Or let me see, I don't know if I can do that right away when I don't have anything going on during that time. I don't have any direct conflict. So this is sort of like the movie Yes Man, the concept, but in a very rational way. You know, if you got something that's already there, that's already scheduled, you know, some kind of appointment, something to do with work, that's fine. But if you don't have anything, which a lot of times you won't, and you know, or you'll come up with something, well, I got to stay home and relax, or I just need to chill out because my week's been too busy, or I need to stay home and read. Yeah, I think I'm just going to watch a movie that night. Okay, those are all things that you don't have to do any of that. Those are just excuses to not go out and be with people, to be with somebody, to be around people. They really are. And they stem strongly from a social anxiety mindset, which I've had for many years. Or you want the details to be in place. You want to know if it's safe. You kind of want to know more about it, a lot more about it. Even sometimes you'll have an initial, you know, if your social anxiety is really bad, you maybe can't feel it, but there might be a little impulse, oh, I'd like to do that, but then quickly all the negative mindset comes in. Quickly it says, no, you can't, no, you can't. And then all the reasons follow after, right? Because you're in such a social anxiety, emotional state. When anything about being social around people comes up, it's your automatic no. So I'll give an example. This weekend, old friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a little while just texted me on Friday afternoon about a DJ show that was going to be in the town he lives in, like about an hour and a half away. And as soon as I saw it, because I've been practicing this a lot myself lately, as soon as I saw that text, I was like, well, geez, he just didn't give me enough time. What a jackass. What a jerk. I mean, here he is inviting me to a show, and these are the crazy kind of negative thoughts, you know, creeping in. And I had that initial push of, that sounds cool. And of course I had, you know, a little bit of anxiety in there. And I knew, because I've been practicing this, that I need to say yes. I couldn't say yes right away, but I knew I was like, I started thinking about money. I started thinking about all these different things. I started thinking about, will I have a place to stay? And they always, you know, my friends pretty much always have a place for me to stay. And if they were going to stay with me, I'll give them a place to stay. But all these reasons, potential reasons, start to creep up. And they're total bullshit. They're all lies. And they're just justification to hold in place social anxiety or your fears, okay? So what did I do? I did what was counterintuitive. I said yes. Even though all this crap was going through my mind, I said yes. I also was able to shift a bit to see how much fun it would be. You know, but that especially happened once I texted him back and said, sounds great. Or I think I might have called him because we hadn't talked in a bit. So I just called him back. And we chatted and everything. And I was like, yeah, sounds great. And I did what was counterintuitive. I acted against my anxiety, all my irrational negative reasons. I had nothing going on that night specifically. I was going to go out by myself probably in this town, because I do that a lot as a way to expose myself to, you know, more difficult, anxious situations, to be able to talk to people that I don't know at all, to start up conversations when I go out. And I'm starting to learn how to have fun doing it. And then, of course, you know, if you keep going out, you see the same people. If you go to the same places and stuff. So, you know, anytime somebody invites you to do something, if you don't have a direct conflict, you need to say yes, okay? If you're somebody with social anxiety like me, with, you know, social issues, a recluse, would rather stay home than go out, but wants to learn to become social, this is a really important one. It will expose you to being around people and help you to see it's not so bad. Now, this is a very behavioral technique, I will say, and I'm a big advocate, if you watch my videos, of cognitive behavioral therapy. So the cognitive side, of course, is sitting at home reading the handouts. This is a great place to start for somebody who's not comfortable being around people. But there's really no way getting around being around people, exposing yourself to your fear, and working through it, acting in spite of it, because eventually it will become a thing of the past. So I really invite you guys to do this, to start looking at places in your life where you say no, where you should say yes, even to yourself. The other day, there's some certain coffee shops I go to, and I didn't want to go to one because I knew it would probably be hard to get parking and really crowded, and not since I'm afraid of the crowd there, but it just gets to be a pain in the butt. Then there was another one, and I thought it would be, it might be a little less crowded. I don't want to go there, and I've been there. And then I thought of 2 other coffee shops that I hadn't been to, and immediately those thoughts came, well, you can't go there. People are going to know that this is the first time you've been there. They're going to think you're weird. There's going to be too many college students there. And you're not a college student. You're an older guy, all this garbage, ants, automatic negative thoughts, ants, squash them. And so I had to, that automatic no that's creating, and I started having this feeling going, well, because you're feeling this way, you probably should do it. You probably need to act in spite of it. So what did I do? I acted in spite of my fear. I shifted the automatic no to a yes, and I went there and it was great. Chatted with the counter girl for a while, really connected, had a great conversation, and sat there, got a lot of work done. There were college students there, there were people older than me there. It didn't matter. All these negative fantasies that I built up in my mind just weren't true. So again, automatic yes, it also includes with when you have the urge to want to go somewhere yourself and you say no. I just wanted to put that little piece in there because it came up to me. So thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a comment below. You can check out my blog also, socialexpression.net. And the video is slowing down. Sorry for that. Have a good day.